What's happening, boys, and welcome back to episode 3 of my old school skiller, McGrindy, and his adventures. Now, I've made it into a pay-to-play world for the first time, and it's time to go and grind out some bonds. Of course, I'm going to go the obvious route and just make way more money than I need for one bond. I'm going to try and get about 10 mil in cash by the end of these 2 weeks. It's going to be a bit of a grind, but I can do it. Now, there's one particular thing that I didn't address in the first 2 episodes that I need to address now, and that's the XP lamp that I have, and I'm going to put it in Slayer, because Slayer is not really combat related, but can only be trained through combat, so if I don't train it using XP lamps, I can't get it up. But first, I'm going to go do the Varrock Museum quest, because it'll get me to 9 Slayer, so I get more than just 10 experience from using it. So I went and completed it, got the Varrock Museum quiz done, gets me 9 Slayer, 9 Hunter, and that's a good start because both those skills are going to be annoying to train. And let's see, this should get me 10 Slayer. Okay, did not. That's annoying. Oh well, 64 more experience. We can get that eventually. Now, one of the things I want to get done really early is get farming up pretty early, just because getting herb runs done will give me a lot of passive income, even without the magic secateurs, that I can use to work towards a bond. If I do 2 or 3 a day, I should be able to make 100 to 200k, which is the majority of a bond paid for just doing farm runs, which are really quick, even though they won't be as quick on this account without the teleports. But the next thing I want to do is the getting 100% Hesidious favor, which happens to coincide with farming. 100% Hesidious favor is really beneficial because it will help with skills like thieving from the fruit stalls that no one will stop you from stealing. They're state-of-the-art farming guild for farming, as well as the disease-free herb patch. And then, of course, to top it all off, there's the cooking range that has a lowered burn rate. So getting those 2 things done will be really helpful for the account and getting me closer to bonds as well as higher skills. Now, there's one thing I would like to do before going to Zaya and starting the Hesidious favor. That's getting a house, because if I can get a house and then move it to Hesidious, that would be really good for the farm runs and really make it much easier to get to Zaya, considering I probably won't have any other way to teleport there. I should just be able to get one here for 1,000. That should be it. Yes, please. And that means I can now get construction experience from Winter Taught as well, which will be really helpful for getting some early levels whenever I decide to go do Winter Taught. And I'm also just going to see if I can go ahead and already move it to Hesidious. I cannot. Okay, I do that later. However, there's another problem with the Hesidious favor is I forgot that you can only buy 600 compost at once, and I need 950 to get 100% of Hesidious favor. So I'm going to have to wait a few hours before I can even get it complete, but I'm going to go start it just so I can do a farm run with some better XP rate. So I've been working on getting the Hesidious favor, and the only way to do the early levels is to really repair this plow and push it through the fields to get the first 5%. And it's also gotten me to farming, and this is really nice because it allows me to do marigolds, which means I can do more than just an allotment on a farm run amongst the 3 patches that I have unlocked, or at least I can use. And this should be, as soon as I push it to the other side, 5%. And then I'll go do making the fertilizer for the rest of the percent. The fertilizer, at least, I was able to buy. So I've come to another mine just to get some mining experience because I want to start getting, and also start getting golden nuggets to get the coal bag so I can make a lot of money doing blast furnace. And just every so often, I essentially do a couple inventories of fertilizer, which you basically just set your inventory up like this. And then it just goes ahead and makes all the fertilizer, and this helps get farming experience, and I messed it up, as well as helps me get towards that Hesidious favor because I need to turn in essentially each bucket of fertilizer is a 1% Hesidious favor that I turn in. And you can click through to make it faster, but I'm just being lazy and letting it go through it on its own. And yeah, I've gotten to 37 mining. I'm probably just going to continue doing this until 41 and then leave here because then I'll be able to use the rune pickaxe, but not really the money to buy it. So I went ahead, finished off making all the fertilizer, and then got 41 mining as well. Now all I have to do is turn it in for the Hesidious favor, as well as I've planned out my farming run. Making the fertilizer got me to 13 farming, so I'm going to plant tomatoes Marigold should protect those, and then I'm also going to plant Guam seeds. This should get me some farming levels. Maybe in the before they even I'm able to harvest them, I'll get to 15 and can do a tree run as well, but probably not. So I just turned in all of my fertilizer and finished my farm run. Luckily enough, the farm run did get me to 15, almost 16 farming, and I didn't even get to harvest anything. It was just planting stuff. So I am going to do a tree run, but I am kind of running low on money, so I'll probably go to the woodcutting guild after to make some money. So I just went through and planted all my trees, and I'm really actually not thinking that I should go to the woodcutting guild. It's probably smarter to go mining if I want money, because it gets me closer to the coal bag. However, I actually realized I need Plague City to be able to use the Arduino teleport tabs, so I think I'm going to go do that, as well as get probably like 10 to 15 thieving, as well as 10 to 15 agility, just because I run so much, the agility build was super helpful. So these past like 10 seconds have been incredible for me on RuneScape. I got a Magic Fang drop on my main, and I just got another small XP lamp, which means I should be getting 10 Slayer right here. I can't believe I got it. Nice. So I've spent the day mining, and I've gotten 50 mining right here with this next ore. And I think next I'm going to go train up agility, because agility is super important on this account, considering I don't have access to a lot of teleports and I have to spend a lot of time running around. So I'm about to get my next agility level, which is going to be level 30. In that time, I've gotten 19 marks of grace, which is getting me much, much closer to my first piece of graceful. I plan to get the torso, then the pants, then the headpiece, then the gloves, because I like getting the more expensive pieces first, and the boots and the cape can be replaced with other weight reducing items before then, so I'm just going to get those items and get the cape and the boots last. But that's it for now. I'm pretty burnt out on agility. I can only do this so much in a short amount of time. So I think I'm going to go do Wintertot, actually. I got my first supply crate from Wintertot. Let's see what we get. Not terrible. So I finished my first 10 Wintertot games. Let's see what I can get in the crates. Nope, no Pyromancer pieces. Unlucky. I've gone ahead and completed Druidic Ritual. I've practiced this a lot, trying to say this. I've had a lot of problems saying that. So I can go ahead and unlock the Herblore skill, and now I got 3 Herblore as well. And now I have ability to do every single skill in the game, other than the combat skills that I'm just not doing out of choice. Better, but it's still not amazing. At the end of episode 3, I have 53 mining, 32 smithing, 35 farming, 64 woodcutting, 18 fletching. I've unlocked Herblore, and I've gotten to 37 agility. The bank's looking pretty nice too, at 1.3 mil, even though most of it is the Marks of Grace at 563k, which is obviously not going to be turned into Analyzed Crystals for money, but kept for full Graceful. I'm Ross CXD, see you in the next.